B Gates, what's up? Good morning. Aloha. It's the morning run. We got a stacked show for you today. The transfer portal is wide open like 7-Eleven. The NBA play-in games brought that fire. The WNBA draft unfolded last night, and the big question looms. Is the NIL keeping players in college over going pro? We'll talk about that and more on the morning run. Let's go. Gia, BiggDogg Chico, Phillip Dukes, Uncle Neely. We're live and in effect, back like vertebrae. Oh, now to everybody out there tuning in. Y'all know what it is. It's the morning run. Good morning, fellas.
What it do, family? Y'all good?
Yes, good to go. Ready to get it in.
Hey, Chico.
I'm ready. What's happening?
I'm all well. Let me talk to Dukes. I talked to Dukes about Chico.
Okay.
Dukes, I'm always reminded that our good friend BiggDogg Chico, he dropped out of Bible college.
Thought you was gonna say BiggDogg Chico is a boss.
Because they had a Bible class. Let me tell you, it's not lost on me today.
Finish it up. Finish it up.
Today, I'm trying to finish it up.
First of all, they had the audacity to ask me to go to damn Bible class. Anyway, go ahead.
Heard the story, but you're exactly right. They had the audacity to make you think you was going to take a Bible class at a Bible college, and Chico was having none of that. Chico said, "I'm out of here." Today, man, if you're of the Christian faith, it's a special day, man. This is Holy Wednesday. This is the day that Judas got them pieces of silver. And it's also the day transfer portal open. I'm not saying there's correlation.
Oh,
I'm not saying there's correlation.
I was about to go there with you, but you know what? I'm glad I'm not. We're not going to go there this morning. This morning somewhere, 7 a.m. in Hawaii. 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. on the East Coast where Dukes is. Hey, man, we got a lot of things to talk about. But like Unc said, man, the transfer portal is wide open. Dukes, I know you tied in. You said you've been getting a lot of calls this past, couple weeks, months, whatever. How's it looking on your end, and what are you anticipating from the transfer portal starting today?
I'm anticipating some surprise names to go in that people aren't expecting. I'm anticipating a lot of people are going to go into the transfer portal with high hopes, and their hopes are going to be dashed. I think it's going to be some people who probably should figure out, can they make it work? And there's going to be a lot of people in the portal who've been asked to leave as the revenue sharing comes into play, and college football rosters are now at 105 at a hard number. You're going to see guys who I've already had conversations with guys who've had conversations in their exit meetings, and they've been like, hey, you probably won't play here and you probably need to go into the portal. And they don't have to go because you can't physically force anybody, but it's like a strong thing, like where it's like, hey, you probably need to go to that portal. And it's happening all over the country. And I think even the Nico situation, Nico Iamaleava, I don't think it's a horrible thing. What it did at the time, it probably could have been a little better where it hurt him. Spring portal versus December, because one, he cut out a ton of teams that could have actually taken him because the SEC can't go SEC. So there's no team in the SEC that can take Nico. But the other part of it is I just think there has to be some type of fairness where guys can negotiate in earnest, because if you're not cutting the mustard, teams can tell you to leave. And if you're not cutting the mustard, teams can say, this is how much we're going to pay you now. And I think there has to be some type of parity in making it fair for students and student athletes and teams. But right now it's just the wild, wild west. So I'm pretty much just taking everything how it goes. What you think, Unc?
Yeah, I love everything you just said, man, because it's ACT word just popped in my head already. It's a cornucopia of issues. You know that thing that's on the table at Thanksgiving is just packed full of stuff and it's falling out of everywhere. Yes, it's a cornucopia of issues here. But I love one of the things you touched on, Dukes, which I think that we as fans don't actually appreciate or grasp, because everybody wants to hit the panic button when the transfer portal opens. And that's because in the first couple of days, 24, 72 hours of the portal, you see more people getting in it than you see it getting out of it. So your mind is triggered toward the loss side of things. Well, that's just the nature of the mechanics. Before someone can be picked up by a team, they have to leave a team. And so whether that's your own team that you're a fan of or a team that you don't wish well on, you're going to see the exodus before you start seeing the mass entry somewhere. That's just part of the equation in the calendar. But you touched on something, man, I think people don't really grasp enough of, and that is across the college space that head coaches, position coaches are sitting down with players and letting them know, you're right, I can't make you leave, but you don't have a playing future here. And so some of these people that you see getting in the portal are not getting in the portal because something is wrong with your favorite program or wrong with your favorite coach or wrong in the locker room. They've been just told, hey, man, it's in your best interest. If you want playing time in the play and more opportunity, you probably need to seek it somewhere else because it's not here. But as fans, what happens is when you see a guy leave your program, you just start thinking, oh, man, what the hell is wrong? We done lost 4. We done lost 5. We done lost 6. When what typically happens is those people are replaced by equal or greater talent that brings something else to the table. A lot of times also was not talked about program wide Dukes is grades. A lot of folks you would see getting in the portal because they can't play no way. So you want to go see them on the field anyway with 5 innings. And then the schools don't disclose that. Coaches don't disclose that, rightly so. You want to protect young people. But I will say this, by and large, as many people, get in the portal, having not really thought it out, I'm going to always believe in that freedom of choice, and that includes making mistakes. But when you framed the question, you said, what do I predict? And you asked Dukes and you asked me, let me tell you what I predict. I'm going to go back to Clubber Lang, the Rocky movie, Rocky 3 with Mr. T. When they asked Mr. T, what is his prediction for the fight? Pain. The prediction for the portal is pain. There's going to be thousands of people in it, and then thousands will be left in it. Be careful what you ask for. Grass ain't always green.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Grass is not always greener. As far as that goes, let's talk about some news. Shout out to Adam Mustard Tiger and all of the people who covering Colorado Buffaloes. As you can follow on Twitter, they're keep everything in perspective right now. A couple of things that's online right now. 2025 4-star Colorado Buffaloes receiver signee Adrian Wilson has entered the transfer portal after less than a semester on campus. Also, safety Savion Riley, running back Isaiah Gustav, both have entered the transfer portal, along with walk-on D lineman Chijoki Nwankwo. That's Chidozi's little brother, who's entering the transfer portal, according to online reports. And what else? Any other thoughts about the transfer portal? Because here's me asking the question, then the answer. Let me give my answer first, then I'll ask you guys the same thing as far as any other thoughts. I'm thinking this, and you kind of hinting on it. I'm going to say this right here. I don't think they're leaving for playing time. I think it's NIL, get that bag time. That's what they're trying to leave for, a lot of them. They see other players getting money, so they're thinking that they can get money, which is thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking.
Yeah, one thing I want to separate the narrative, because you mentioned Colorado players and then kind of spoke globally about college football and the bag. I don't know, because I hadn't talked to them, so I don't want to make assumptions. I think that everybody leaves a program because they're seeking better opportunity. So whether better opportunity is playing time, whether better opportunity is a bag, no matter how you categorize it, it's going to fall under the I want, I need, I expect more opportunity, so I'm going to try this somewhere else. And there's no harm in that. When you look at specifically the players that so far have left Colorado and what you've seen this spring, you've seen very few, if any of them, actually playing this spring. And so you have to look at what is the net gain, what is the net loss there. If somebody, has not been participating for whatever reason, it could be injury, it could be they knew they were getting in the portal, could be any reason under the sun. And so, again, a lot of times our minds are framed toward let me go to the negative. Oh, woe is me. What are we losing? And we stop and don't pause and look at what are we gaining. You look at the receivers and the offensive linemen that have already announced they're coming. And juxtaposition that, that was another big ACT word, juxtaposition that against what's leaving, you see that is net growth. So I think you always have to take this with a grain of salt. But I will say this, Chico, in response to your bigger picture, we still live in a world where 98% of these college athletes, no matter where you are not going pro, which means this college opportunity under NIL, under collectives, under the shared revenue that's coming, this is your last opportunity to make money playing a sport. And if you got an opportunity to make more money going somewhere else than staying where you are, man, I would help you load your car.
I think pretty much that's all I was saying right there. So I'm agreeing with that 100%. Dukes?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's always going to be a backstory that nobody will really fully know why people go in the portal. Sometimes it could be money influence. Sometimes it could be playing time. Sometimes you can look at the depth chart and say, I don't see a path to me playing, and I want to play earlier than my development will allow. So maybe I can go somewhere else where their need is stronger than the need that's here, and I can get more reps here. Maybe you got a starter that doesn't want to split reps. There are myriad opportunities for guys to basically say, this is a reason for me to go to the portal. And sometimes they're valid and sometimes they aren't. You just hope that people make good decisions when they're not forced into the portal. It's a sad story every year. I get like now, so for every kid that I work with that, lands on their feet and goes from power 4 to power 4, or goes from opportunity, or goes from group of 5 or D2 or FCS, it goes to a power 4 or group of 5. For every success story, there's a kid that may possibly be coming back to Atlanta with nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. And so I look at the, like you said, I look at the transfer portal as a door that opens equally, coming and leaving. And with any door that you don't know what's behind it, you always have to be pretty cautious about opening that door and not knowing. It's the classic case of bird in the hand versus two in the bushes. Now, even though it sounds like it's two birds in them bushes, it looks like it's two birds in them bushes from where you're standing, you know what you got in your hand. So at the end of the day, sometimes people can leave good situations chasing birds, those two birds in the bushes, and by the time you get over there, that bird you had in the hand is gone. And sometimes, and I think that's something that our young athletes have, whether it be basketball, whether it be women's basketball, whether it be baseball, whatever it is, you got to be very careful because these are life-altering decisions, especially at the level of Power 4.
Unc hit us with a.
Let me tell you what woman
if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Unc hit us with a big word. We're going to ask him to come back on that. I just wanted to say, break down what Duke said in a simpler form if I can, because Dukes did it so well. And for everybody in the back that didn't get it, basically, don't leave for a show trying to get Mo. If that makes sense. Go ahead, Unc. I bet my people in the back got that.
No, Chico. I'm with you, dog. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I was just gonna tell Deuce what my drunk uncle told me about them two birds in the bush.
See, same thing.
When you let that one go in your hand and try to grab them other two, boy, that bird done shit and gone.
Out of there.
He ain't just gone. He done shit and gone.
And gone. Same thing. Yeah. Appreciate that, Dukes. And Unc, and I was gonna ask, give us that vocabulary word again if you can.
No, what I hit y'all with? I hit you with cornucopia. I hit you with juxtaposition. That's two of them right there. Started in one. No.
I thought that was a MMA fighter. All right, let's go to. Just joking, man. Just have fun.
I know. Hey, but Dukes, do you remember? Braun at half court and doing this to J.R. Smith? Like what are you doing? That's how I be with Chico. I be like, JR, come on, man.
JR like, man, I got the rebound. Y'all want me to make the decision too?
I love you, BiggDogg Chico.
Hey, it's all love, fellas. So yeah, the transfer portal wide open, but I think the biggest fish right now so far is the player that we talked about a couple of weeks ago being the most impressive player of the spring. And that is Tajay McCoy coming off the end, as Dukes called it, number 40. That's number 40. Oh, I saw him flashing on film. So how do you feel about him going into the portal?
I feel the same way about him as I said about people I don't know. Best wishes. I hope it works out. You have the right to make decisions that you think are and feel are in your best interest. Great person, hell of a ball player. I told Tajay this a couple of weeks ago. I literally said to him, I said, man, come week 3 or week 4, you probably gonna have the highest selling jersey, for the season in Colorado. People gonna be wearing 40 in the stands. That's how much I thought about him and his playing style. Wish him the best wherever he lands. Who knows? Could end up back here. It's just so many waxes and wanes to this thing. But my position, whether I know the player, no matter how I feel about the player's the same. Man, bless you. Make the decisions that you think are right for you and your family, and I hope they work out for you. The only time you're gonna hear me clap back is when people leave here, and we've had this happen before, and then try to throw shade on the way out the door, particularly when they lying. But the thing is, hey man, come as you go. Come in peace, leave in peace.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Tajay McCoy, I think he'll feel the loss, but as I said, I think the one room in I did a video piece the other day on Sincere Brown, and I was talking about top grade and upgrading. Once again, the one room that you don't worry about is the defensive line and the edge rushers at Colorado. Tajay McCoy was part of that depth, but there's depth there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could see somebody come in as a replacement for that role, or you could see somebody be elevated into that role because I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a lot of mouths to feed and not a whole lot of snaps. And the guys, what I did see in practice was you could go. There's 3 to 4 guys that you could stand to see on Saturdays in the fall. So so I'm like, one thing about it, I don't think Colorado lets a guy like that out the door. And not to say that you let people go, but because people do what they want to do. But I don't think that Tajay McCoy is able to leave Colorado without Colorado being as deep as they are at that position, if that makes sense.
Man, totally agree. And I've seen a couple of questions go by, Chico, about the running backs room and the portal, et cetera, et cetera. And it just so happened one of our guests today is one of the running back coaches. So
yes, indeed,
we'll be able to dive into that.
Well, hey, why not go ahead and get into it? You ready?
Man, it's the return of the Mack. We're going to welcome in Coach Mack to the morning run. Assistant running back coach working with Marshall Falk and also Coach Pollock in the running back room. Johnny Mack is joining us on the morning run with BiggDogg Chico, Uncle Neely, Duke Scoop. Come on in here. Return of the Mack.
Well, I got to tell you so. And I guess you didn't know. What's up, Coach?
What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Doing good, my brother. How you making this morning?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. We just in here working hard, man. And of course, recruiting and really picked up. So, just doing a little bit of recruiting and everything. Getting prepared for practice tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Let me tell my co-host, BiggDogg Chico, Duke Scoop something, and the hundreds watching live around the world. When you talk about energy, infectious attitude, go-getting, teaching, and instruction, man, what Coach Mack has brought to this offensive side of the ball, particularly this running back room in this short amount of time, you can't stay around Johnny Mack and stay in no bad mood. He gonna get you up out that mood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like
man, I'm humble, man. I appreciate that, and that's just one of the things that as a player, that's kind of what I look for in coaches as well. And this new generation now, man, they need music and they need all this stuff to get them going. When we played, man, hey, we were just happy to play the game. We're blessed to be able to play the game of football. So, I just try to bring the energy every day, man, and bring the juice is kind of the thing I like to say, and get these guys going, man, because we're blessed to be out there every day.
Coach, let me hit you with this, and then we're gonna rotate it around. You've been here this spring, so I got one question, two parts for you. What has it been like for you to be here, Colorado, thus far? And talk to us about also working with Coach Prime, the head coach, and Marshall Faulk, your running back coach, two Hall of Famers.
Oh man, first off, I'm extremely blessed for the opportunity because to be here in Boulder, man, at the University of Colorado, um, that was always one of the goals of mine when Coach Prime first started, at Jackson State, man. I manifest that. That was one of the things that I wanted to do, just kind of watching and watching. I was like, Lord, one day I want to work for Coach Prime, and never knew if it would happen or not, but I was like, man, if you see fit, Lord, bless me with the opportunity one day. And I've been knowing Ray for a long time, and me and Ray grew up together.
Pretty
We
Tony
from
is what they call him.
we from. I ain't gonna put him out there, but it's a full circle. Ray. I've been knowing Ray for a very long time. My oldest daughter is actually Ray's cousin. So we grew up in Lakeland, and raised from Mulberry, but we grew up in the same county, Polk County, Florida. So we had that connection for a long time, and man, I've actually been trying to get the opportunity, to work on the Coach Prime since they was at Jackson State. So what I tell people, I'm like, hey, this been a 4 to 5 year process. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a while, and just kind of let it's not your timing, but it's God's timing. But the opportunity, man, to be here is still so real, and I'm just trying to take advantage of every moment and every opportunity that I get, to work and to see, Coach Prime up and close, a person, to kind of see, man, on how he handled the room, and the presence that he bring, man, is, and what you see on TV, man, is what you really, the person that you're really getting. The way that he controls, and the room, man, and the players, how they have the utmost respect for him, and how he can get these guys, man, motivated, and to go out and work and do their job every day. I'm so humble to just sit back and learn from him, and that's what I pretty much do every day, man. I listen to everything he says. I take it all in, and just continue to learn each and every day, man. And just to kind of talk about Coach Faulk. I mean, what an opportunity, who wouldn't want to be in my place right now, to have the opportunity to work under Coach Faulk. And let me tell you a full circle moment with that, and he probably don't even remember. But when I was coming out, I was in junior college, at San Francisco Junior College. At the time in 2000, 2001, we was one of the top junior colleges in the country.
Yep.
And I was offensive player of the year. We had just won the national championship. I was I was offensive player of the year in the state of California at the time. And one of Coach Faulk, I guess, teammates at San Diego State, he was recruiting me, and trying to convince me, like we have to do now. Small. We always want to go to Power 5, and et cetera, et cetera. And he was like, man, it don't matter where you go, J Mac. And he was like, if you don't believe me, you can talk to my guy Marshall Faulk. And I was like, man, Marshall Faulk, you don't know Marshall Faulk. So he was like, hold on, young J Mac. And man, he called him on three-way. And Marshall was like the advocate for them then at the time. And he, got on the phone. I spoke with him and everything. I was a 19-year-old kid. And he was kind of telling me, it don't matter where you go, et cetera, et cetera. And look at it now, man. Years later, I'm sitting here working for this guy. And so it's just all so real right now. And the thing I'm learning from Coach Faulk is how much of a teacher he is. Like, he's a teacher. Like, he breaks everything down. He tells the kids why we're doing this, and how we're doing this, and how to go about this. He's been in those situations before. So these kids are not just learning the game of football; they're learning the game of life. But he's breaking everything down to them, and that's what I like about Coach Fall, man. He don't just tell you what to do. He's giving you your whys, and he's breaking everything down. So a lot of teaching comes with the position here. So these guys are going to be overly advanced, once they leave this running back room. They're going to be well prepared.
Dukes?
Coach Mack, when it comes to running backs, you see a lot of, like right now, there's a lot you can see on social media as far as training drills or things that running backs do on their own spare time that they bring to the locker room and they bring to the practice field. Is there one drill in particular that you see trainers teach running backs independently that you think is good for running backs to have when they come in your room?
I do like some of the things that these new trainers doing now. They're doing a lot of footwork stuff. And I always believe, as a running back, man, your feet is everything. So I am starting to see a lot of bit of, footwork stuff. You're starting to see guys using a lot of cone drills and trying to get guys in and out because we go inside a line of scrimmage a lot. So a lot of movement have to happen on the first and second level.
Right.
So I am starting to see a lot of guys emphasize that on how to get in the first level, which is the D line or the line of scrimmage, and how to get to the second level quickly and how to get out of that. So you're starting to see those transitions, with what they have at their facilities. So I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to, and I can't speak for all trainers, but the ones that I kind of watch, like the Footwork Kings in Houston. So that's where I come from. I think he does a wonderful job with guys. I love his work. And we got a couple of guys in Florida as well in Tampa that I kind of watch, and I love their work as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, because sometimes I talk to coaches and one of the things is they may come out and they're doing jump cuts in the open field when they probably should be dropping their shoulder or vice versa. And first thing I'm hearing the coach say is, maybe you better stay your behind off of TikTok and come here and get some of this real work. And
absolutely.
How have you had any issues with that of not even just here, but in your previous walk, even at Hawaii or anywhere that you've been, with having to say, hey man, listen, you need to get back to focusing on the basics and not just some of the stuff that may look pretty on social media?
Absolutely. Everybody's doing it for clicks and bakes, right? Everybody wants that. The hardest thing for when they are with trainers is not, sometimes it can't be as realistic as you would want it, right? They don't have the shoots to keep your pad level down. So the biggest thing with guys with trainers, their pad level is so high. Right. So you're having to really teach keeping your pads down, running behind your pads, right? Being able to go forward. That hurt them as well. I think the biggest thing with is, well, it's just not realistic because you don't have anyone in front of you. So the biggest thing we're working on right now is with our inside zone is guys trusting their eyes to stay place side. They're heavy cutbacks right now. Right. And the thing that we're teaching is allow your feet will follow your eyes. So just learning how to read the defense, right, and knowing where it should take you on the snap of the ball. But your eyes is everything. If you're looking back, if your eyes supposed to take you from point A to point B on the play side, but your eyes actually take you back to the backside shade, all right, your feet gonna follow. Your feet gonna follow your eyes. So that's what ended up happening. They end up cutting it back instead of trusting. So those are just things that you can't teach when you're out there getting those one-on-one trainings and things like that nature. So I would say pad level is a big deal, and just being able to have the realness of how the reads, because they don't have our playbook, right? So they can't take them over there and study those things, right? So
Okay,
that's the difference.
that's appreciate that, Coach.
Coach,
Yes,
you
sir.
kind of hit on it earlier, talking about your background. You're another coach who has a playing background. Can you give us, for everybody out there that doesn't know, you might not be familiar, can you let everybody know who you are, where you come from, and then your playing background and how that led to you becoming a coach and
Yes, sir.
in the position that you are right now?
All right. Yeah, I have an interesting story. I'm born and raised in Lakeland, Florida. It's centrally located in Florida, man, called Polk County. All right. A lot of people more familiar with Polk County area because it's a pretty big hotbed when it comes down to recruiting. So born and raised there, man. Played at Lakeland High School, powerhouse down there, probably one of the most winningest teams outside of probably St. Thomas Aquinas, on the Bill Castle. Played there, won the state championship, the 1999 state championship team. Left there, didn't take care of my grades. I was one of the top backs coming out, but I had to go the junior college route. So I went to San Francisco Junior College out of San Francisco, California. Ended up winning the national championship back to back there. Was offensive player of the year. And then ended up transferring to mid-year to Texas Tech University, playing under the great Mike Leach. Played there 2 years, man. For him, did a lot of great things. Learned a lot from Coach Leach. Once I got done there, had the opportunity. It was harder for smaller backs back then. Had the opportunity to go play in the CFL for 2 years, Calgary Stampede. And then once I got done with Calgary, had some opportunities in the indoor league here and there periodically. That didn't work out. And then, honestly, man, I got away from football for about 5 years. Got into the corporate world in Dallas, Texas, man, and I started ending up wearing those suits and doing all those things, man. And I realized that wasn't for me. I know I had a bigger purpose in life, and man, and then reached out to a few of my coaches. You know, it's all about who you know. And the great Benny Wiley, who's a strength and conditioning coach at USC right now, got me in at SMU, gave me the opportunity. He knew somebody there, got me in at SMU, man. Kicked off my career at SMU, started coaching there. I stayed there with June Jones and actually Bucky was on that squad at the time. So that's how I kind of got affiliated with Bucky and knew him and Coach Jay Field. A lot of those guys was on that SMU staff. And that's how that whole circle started. And then I went and got my GA at East Central University in Ada, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and left there. Went to the University of North Texas. All right, went to University of North Texas from there with Seth Luttrell. Left University of North Texas. Then had the opportunity at Hawaii with Nick Rolovich, who was also an alum for San Francisco City College, where we won a national championship at. Had a good time out there. Stopped there, and then went to Southeastern University from there, back in my hometown in Lakeland, Florida, NAIA powerhouse down there, and got out of college for a couple of years, coached high school ball at the North Shore, at North Shore High School and Pato High School. And then, man, I end up here.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir. So a different journey, that led me here, man. But like I tell anybody out there that, that want the opportunity, man, don't give up. No matter what route you have to take. If it's meant and you put in the work, man, the opportunity will come. Just be ready.
Glove 96 says Jay Measy, what's up? He played with you at Texas Tech.
Oh, that's my guy. He was a dude, man. He was a baller. He was
And
a baller.
then Reverend BJ Nelson, who's out there in Cali, he says San Francisco City College on Ocean Avenue. Represent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
you got some kinfolk in the chat supporting you. Hey, Dukes, you asked him a question about drills. Let me tell you about this brother, man. I know y'all can't see him well, but he's still yoked up now. he's standing at the end of them pads and giving that last direction, and sometimes they don't see it and they hit him and they bounce off.
Man,
Like,
come on.
You crazy.
Hey, man, when you 5'7", 5'8", man, you had to have the advantage. I'm gonna have the advantage some type of way. If you're gonna be,
find it
I
somewhere.
always used to tell guys, no doubt. I'll say if you're gonna be smarter than me, I'm gonna be faster than you. If you're gonna be faster than me, I'm gonna be stronger. I'm gonna find a way to be better than you.
Well, see, I work on that same thing with my man BiggDogg Chico. I be trying to tell him, Chico, you can't have that haircut and can't read. You got to pick a struggle. Like, you can't be
No
feeling
doubt.
the haircut and reading.
Come on now, dog. Come on,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Coach, let me ask you something about your room. The portal is open.
Yes, sir.
We know Isaiah's gotten in the portal, but you got some dogs in there left. And if I know you and Corey and Falk, we got some dogs coming. What
Yes,
do
sir.
you like that you see in your room? You know, with Dallin and Micah, Charlie, all the folks are still left in there. What are some of the bright spots you've seen this spring coming from the running back room?
Man, first off, it was Isaiah it was a big loss for us. At the end of the day, man, I'm happy for any kid that if a better opportunity come, man, hey, I get it. We understand, man. We're not gonna hold any kids back on better opportunities. So to me, it's always the next man up mentality. It was always like that to me as a player, and I feel the same way now. So that's the biggest thing that we brought to our guys is, hey man, it's a great opportunity for you guys to take advantage this spring, right? Who's going to be that next guy to step up and take the throne, right? So it's a wide open competition right now, and these guys, I could tell you what, man, from the first day, from the first day of practice until now, man, we have dramatically got better in our room. You know, like I told you guys before, every guy, including Isaiah, when he was here, those guys we couldn't run inside zone the right way. Our footwork was bad, our path was bad, our pad level was bad. I mean, it was a lot of work to clean up. So these guys, one thing about them, they all take the coaching. They all take the coaching and they want to learn, man. I think Dallin really took a step forward this spring. He's been really consistent here lately, man, and he has turned to a different back. I'll tell you guys that. I don't know if people watched him last year, and I don't know if they're higher on him or not, but man, this kid definitely has some skills to get the job done, man, and I'm proud of him because he want the extra work. He texts me all the time, and he always have questions. And those guys, when guys want to learn, and they're willing to learn and doing whatever it takes, and you see in the coaching transition to the field, you got a chance, right? And so all of our guys are good. Micah bring a physicality to us. He's still pretty young, but he brings some physicality to this room. He's kind of like me, but he's way more yoked up, and he got some power to him. He's going to be a good player for us. I know he's been battling some injuries here and there. That's the only thing kind of holding him back right now. So I think kind of once he, his body and everything start growing into each other, I think that'll prevent some injuries for him, and you'll see some good things out of him. Charlie, man, who don't love Charlie, right? Charlie is the guy, man. Charlie does everything right for us. I love Charlie. I've grown to love him, man, since I stepped foot on the campus. And he always doing everything right for us. So I think he'll be able to help us too. So those are three solid guys right there that'll be able to help us. You got Brandon Hood. Brandon Hood kind of faced some injuries, battled some injuries the first couple weeks, so he was kind of out. Now you're starting to see he's starting to come around and be healthy now. So you're starting to see him break some ground. You've seen the last, I think, not this past practice, but the practice prior to that, he was breaking some runs here and there now. So he has some ability as well to bring to the room. And then you got Titus and you got Christian. Those guys, they're still coming along. Still got some work to do. I love our room, man. Again, and Coach Falk will tell you the same thing on just these guys are buying in. They're buying in and they're lifting, they're getting stronger and bigger and faster in the weight room. Coach Juan's he's doing a really good job with those guys in the weight room. I can already see the difference in those guys. So our strength staff are doing a great job with those guys. And I just love our room all aboard. So we'll add some pieces, of course, right? You always want to create that. You always want to create that competition. And to me, when you bring in guys, man, those guys that's already here should step their level of competition up, and hopefully the guys that we can bring in can be an impact for us as well. So, we ain't hard to find. We ain't hard to find.
Hey, J Mac, before we go to Dukes, I got to tell you a story that I told Dukes a couple of weeks ago. He was at practice, and practice getting ready to start, and Coach Falk happened to be out, which I didn't know at the time. But I said to him, I said, Dukes, man, make sure you go to that end of the track and listen to the teaching that takes place in that running back room, man, with you and Coach Falk, because I think across the board, man, the level of instruction, the why, the understanding, you could just see the light bulbs go off in these guys now, and they're more energetic about running because when you're telling them to place a foot somewhere to break off from this point, man, they're starting to get it. And so I just want to share that with you and Dukes because he went down there to watch y'all teach, not coach.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like I told you, man, those guys, they understand it now because any backs that, that's one thing I would say in the recruiting world, you want to go somewhere, man, where you're gonna, not where a coach is telling you where to go and what to do, man. You want to actually know your why behind it. You know what I mean? You want to know your why behind it, and we can give you that why. We can give you all the answers and playing for a guy like Coach Falk, who wouldn't want to learn from, if not the greatest running back to ever play in the NFL. And that's going to help you and prepare you to get to the next level. Because I would hope any running back in our room and their goals is to play in the NFL. All right. We got the head coach, right, who was probably is the best to ever play the position. And you got the running backs coach in here that is the best to ever play the position. So think about the connections there of getting these guys opportunities to the NFL. So why wouldn't you want to come here?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Coach. I was gonna ask you, when grading out running backs, how important is pass blocking and pass catching, the secondary function of a running back? I talk to guys all the time, and when they send me their highlight tapes, they breaking out these 80-yard runs, and then they go to these college coaches, and they like, bro, that's cool. Can you block somebody? Can you catch the ball? How important is pass catching and pass blocking when it comes to you evaluating a running back?
Man, pass pro is bigger than running the ball. I'm gonna say that one more time for the kids that's probably listening. Pass pro on any level, right, is bigger than running the ball. If you cannot pass pro, you cannot play for us. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest, most important thing that as a running back, man, you have to be able to protect, right? If we can't protect our guys, our quarterback, right? If we can't do those little things, running the ball don't matter. So that's the first thing we look at. Okay, yes, we want to see your ability. We understand that. We love that. But the second thing we're going to, let's see how he protect. Like we know he can run. If I see a guy that I already know he can run the ball and possibly catch the ball as well, if he can't, I got it's a kid I'm looking at right now that I liked a lot. But when I went to go look at his pass protection, it hurt him. So now he's not on my board because he can't protect.
Wow.
Yep. And he's a great runner. That was the crazy thing. He's a great runner.
Your man Glove 96 says you couldn't play for Mike Leach if you couldn't catch a block as a back.
I'm trying to tell you. I got a video clip right now of Mike Leach. One thing he would say about me is that I was one of the best blockers to ever come through. And I was only 5. That's why I tell guys I'm 5'7". I was probably 175 soaking wet in the Big 12. Right? Pass protections is all about effort. It's all about effort. It's all about want to. You got to want to do it. And that's why I was able to be good at it. So I'm like, if I can do it at my size, I give nobody else an excuse for it.
Well, if you ever go out on a 2-man with Chico, you're gonna find he one of the best blockers too. But I ain't talking about pass protection.
He got you.
That was kind of funny right there. I get it. That was
like, damn, Chico, you ride with me like
that one actually turned over right there, Unc. That one.
I like that one. And that was a good one. That was a good one.
Coach, can you talk about different styles of running back? And as far as like running out of like I formation or a single back or whatever. I remember I was overseas in Europe, and you and I have kind of like similar paths as far as you being in Europe, playing arena ball, and living in Hawaii. But I got in the backfield one time. I'm a tight end, and I also played linebacker. But I got in the backfield one time overseas, and took a snap. Linebacker hit me right in the mouth. I said, "Dog, I don't want to be running back no more, dog. Put me back on the line." So there's different type of.
You guys kind of break it up a little bit.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was gonna say, just explain to us the different type of and styles of running backs out there and the ones that you look for when recruiting.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Because you're breaking out. I'm breaking.
I mean,
you guys are breaking out at my end. Can y'all hear me?
Testing,
We can
one,
hear you
two.
fine, Coach. We can hear you.
Can you
Guys,
hear
if
us?
you guys are listening out there, y'all put it in the chat. Let us know.
It's
Right
kind
now,
of
y'all
breaking out a
share,
little
like,
bit.
I'm
and
gonna text Coach,
subscribe.
tell him come in where I'm at.
Okay.
All right, I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
testing, 1, 2. I was just going to say, explain this different styles of running backs and the ones you look for when recruiting.
Well, a lot of things change now. It depends on what offense that you're running. To me, I think right now, I think we do need some form of power back, right? I like two different styles of backs. Give us a guy that can get the hard, tough yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who can get that 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3? Because to me, when this 3rd down is short, we need to be running the ball, right? We need to be running the ball. We need to believe that we can get that 1st down. So who's going to be that guy that can get those tough yards? And you would probably hope it's a little bigger back. Can't say, I won't say a smaller back can get you that, but who's going to be that guy to have that mentality who can get you those tough earned yards? I always look at yards after the yak. Kind of like the tough yards, man. Who can get it after? Who can get those yards after contact? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you want those type of backs as well, but you also would love to have a change of pace back that can be elusive, right? Who can make a guy miss when they get to that 3rd level? Who has the speed, or any given point on the field, he can take it to the house. Who can
Yeah.
separate? So that's kind of what I look at it. Especially if we want to get two backs, I already kind of see, okay, what do we have in our room currently? So we'll look at those guys. What style of runs, and can they catch the ball? Are they good blockers? Because everybody have a place, right? Everybody have their place. It's like for any team you play, everybody have a role. So what is your role? What are you going to be good at in your role? So right now I think we're missing, to me right now, that elusive home run hitter right now.
Mm.
I think we're missing that guy that can really just take it the distance at any given time. You know,
Yeah.
so that we're definitely looking at that area, and I wouldn't mind getting a bigger. We're not as big in our room right now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind getting a guy with some size as well that can get us those tough yards. Not taking away from anybody in our room, because those guys can. We do have some guys that can get it done too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I loved the other morning, Coach Falk challenged the running back room during this presentation in front of the team. Like, hey, look, starting now, no one person is going to tackle us, and they're certainly not going to arm tackle us. Like,
Oh,
so you talk about that, the yards after contact. When you see a Hall of Famer standing in front of you, challenge you to that, and I'm looking at the backs, and they all chomping on the bit, ready to prove him right.
yep, yep. That was the biggest thing to me with Dallin, right? And you'll see it from most of our guys, man. If you go back and watch our first maybe week or two of practice, man, these guys are stopping their feet on contact. That was the biggest thing. It was like, hey, man, you stopping your feet on contact.
Mm.
We got to deliver the blow. We don't take the blow.
Mm.
We
Right.
deliver it. So then you
Right.
start looking at Dallin and these guys over the last 2 weeks of practice, man. These guys are breaking tackles. On the first contact, their feet is moving. So they started realizing, oh, shoot, this guy had me in the backfield. But because I kept my feet moving, I was able to drag this guy for another 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So they started it. So you talk about it, but now they start to see it. So everybody know, right? When you start to, people can do a lot of talking until they see it, though, right? So once they started seeing it, it was like, oh, it makes sense now. It makes sense. I got to keep my feet moving. I got to deliver the blow. So Coach Paul is big on not taking the blow, man. He want to give it. He want to punish the guys when we get opportunities to punish those guys, because he know they're going to punish us any
Mm-hmm.
opportunity they get. So it's a mindset that you got to have as a running back. It's a mentality that you got to have as a running back. We're also trying to teach these guys as well, man. Sometimes as a running back, you're gonna play through injuries. You ain't gonna never be fully healthy as a running back.
Yeah.
So if any running back think that they're gonna just stay healthy and be 100% every game, I don't know what world you're living in,
Mm.
right? So if you ever played that position, you're going to play banged up. So you got to have a mentality. All right. You got to take care of your body. You know, like I try to tell these guys, hey, man, the training room need to be your best friend.
Yes,
Need to be
indeed.
your best friend. So you can be prepared to have another tough day of practice the next practice.
Because it's coming.
Because it's coming. It ain't going to, it's coming.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
And we
right.
got to better perform at a high level, each one.
Exactly. Yep. Every day is
Yes, sir.
is an audition. It's an interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Take us
So
out.
who's going to separate?
Oh man, you look, this, you know what it is. It's the morning run. We had a phenomenal guest with us this morning, and Coach Johnny Mack, Jay Measy is in the building.
Yes,
You know, you're
sir.
welcome
Yes,
back
sir.
anytime. You know, I let you slide. I was gonna throw a pause in there, but it's your first time on the morning run. So when you
I know I
talked
had a
about,
couple of them in there.
yeah, when you talked about Falk wanting to get the blow instead of take the blow, I was gonna pause you. So I said, no,
Come on now,
this J
dog.
Mac first time. So chat, y'all let him make it. We're gonna let him make it. But next time you're gonna get a
Oh
pause if you do
man.
that again.
Hey,
So they talk about we're gonna keep coming. Like, oh.
We are not responsible.
my bad, folks. Hey, look, I forgot, man. When you're talking in today's day, you got to really think about what you're saying.
Like Coach Prime said, man, I gotta watch out. Y'all infinite minds, dog. Y'all go
No,
anywhere with anything.
no doubt. And these kids gonna stay on your head too,
Oh, they
man.
do
Yes,
all day
indeed.
long, man. You can't say nothing in this building.
They
Can't
gonna
give
Every
them
stay on
time
your
you
time.
say
head.
something, like, whoa, hold on now. Wait.
No doubt. Come on, coach. Pause, coach.
Dog, I said we
Coach, we
coming, dog.
appreciate your time this morning, man. I know you got
Appreciate you guys.
some portal business to take care of and some
Yes, sir.
coaching. We got 2 more practices left, so I will hit you in this one as you exit out. We got practice Thursday, and the spring game is a practice. It's practice 15. What
Yes,
are you
sir.
looking for out of these final 2 practices out of your room?
I just want to see, man, the exclamation point on the finishing part of, putting it all together, right? We grade our guys every day, every practice. We grade our guys, and no one has really hit a 4 yet, which means, hey, we fully trust you. You the guy. You're doing everything we're asking you to do, right? A lot of guys they've been averaging 3s, and we got a couple of guys that's right there, right? That's right there. So I would like to see over these next 2 practices, man. Guys finishing with with a 4, man, with a 4 ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. We know you'll get it out of them if it's in them to get. We appreciate your time, Coach. Y'all don't go nowhere. We still got about 8 more minutes left in the show. Coach, appreciate you. Know you welcome
Thank
back
you.
on in, man, anytime.
Yes, sir.
Love chopping up with you in this building. This guy knows ball, and that is no pause. My man, Jay
Appreciate you
Mack.
guys,
So appreciate
man.
you.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Appreciate you,
Yes, sir.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
The one and only Uncle
The one and
Neely.
only.
Uncle Neely.
Hey, appreciate the chat, man. John Gray, everybody else so engaging with that interview. You know, we're gonna be between now and the start of fall camp. We will have had every coach on, so y'all can get to know them as well as players. Once this team, post portal is truly the team that's going into the fall. Big Dog Dukes, what y'all think about our running back room after that conversation?
Yeah. They're ready to go. Dukes, you
I
on
think you
pause,
muted,
you on
Dukes.
mute right now, but I'll say they ready to go, man. He broke down what they have in the room right now, from Charlie to B Hood to D Hayden, even with Michael Welch and how he sees them and fitting into this running game. Said they're open to bringing in another running back. So I think it all starts though on the offensive line, and then being in coach, both of them being on the same page, the offensive line and the running backs. And I think Marshall Faulk and Coach Mack is going to bring that. I'm glad to see coaches. This is not a shot at any coach who haven't played, but I'm glad to see coaches who have played in the past, former college football players, former pro players, getting opportunities to actually coach also, because a lot of times those opportunities aren't there, especially to move up how he has. And he did a great job out here in Hawaii. He was with Coach Nick Rolovich, as he said. They had, I think, 3 wide receivers over 1,000 yards as he was working with the receivers then. So he knows how to find that production. He knows what he's looking for. And as he said, he's a smaller back. So if he had to pass protect, he expecting the guys who are his size or even bigger to pass protect also, because it's an effort. It's a want to. It's a mindset to pass protect. It doesn't take supreme talent or something like that. So I like the mindset he's bringing and his philosophy of coaching to that running back room for the Colorado Buffaloes.
Big Dukes?
Yeah, I agree. I just think he's a breath of fresh air, a lot of energy. And to what he said about the running backs that you have currently in the room, he highlighted what they did well, and he left some room for improvement, which I like a lot. He kept it a buck. Like, to be honest, it's like, look, we're not where we need to be, and there's some things that we need to work on, some fundamentals that we still need to work on. But he feels that they have the people to get there, and they may add some more competition. So I think, especially being live, like when you talk to coaches, you have to be so measured in what you say. And I think he basically said what he needed to say in a real succinct and eloquent manner, and gave us insight into the room without saying too much or saying too little. So, man, shout out to Coach. He did a great job.
Yeah, I concur with that, Chico and Dukes. I think that when you look at the talent in this room, you saw some flashes of it last year. And when I say flashes, I mean, clearly we were going to be a pass-oriented team last year. The receiving corps you had, the quarterback that you have. But here's the thing going into this year. We're not going to be successful if we can't run the ball. And just like we discussed last night, Dukes, on You Tell Me, how do we define success? Colorado football 2025? It's simple. Success is going to the Big 12 championship and winning it. And we can't go to the Big 12 championship and win it without a significant contribution from the run game, whether that's pass protection, whether that's reception, or whether that is actually running the ball. One thing I love about what Coach Falk brings to the table is he will tell guys, like, look, hey, my backs, this is not about your number of carries. This is about your number of touches. And that's one of the things I had to learn, whether I was with the coach of the Rams, is that there's so many other ways I can be involved in the offense other than just getting a handoff, from the quarterback. So chipping a guy on the way out, catching the pass over in the flats, running it out the backfield to A-gap, it doesn't matter. We're going to make sure that the touches of this offense have a significant contribution from the running back room, because that's going to determine our success. And that's directly attached to the O-line as well. And, we had Coach Gunnar White on Monday discussing that.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, listening in all over the world, we had a WNBA draft. Dukes, I'm sure, was all over that. Any thoughts on that, Dukes? The NBA draft, the WNBA draft. I just wanted to get Dukes' thoughts on the draft. Man, that's all.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last night, but I think the biggest question is at one. And I asked this question yesterday: is who brings the ball down the court in Dallas? You got Enrique already there, and then you draft Paige, who did a great job controlling the pace at Connecticut, but also being able to play the two. So you got two guards that can either play the one or the two. I just wonder how, when you got somebody who's so good scoring a basketball with Enrique, how does that work out in Dallas with the number one overall pick coming in to somewhere to a place where you've got an established point guard who's a hell of a scorer. So I think that you leave the ball with Paige and move Enrique to the two. But I think it could go either way. So I thought that was probably the most interesting thing that happened last night as far as the draft went. Monday. What's today? Wednesday? Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, BiggDogg Chico, I'm sitting there looking at that second pick in Dominique. My oldest daughter, Alexis, was almost named Dominique. Fun fact. So looking at number 2, Dominique.
Almost.
Yeah. I remember when it came down to Dominique and Alexis, her mama picked Alexis, so it was almost Dominique. Nevertheless, Dominique gonna dunk on somebody. and I'm not only interested to see, when this dunk happens, I want to see who it happens on. So that's my excitement to take away from the draft is that young sister right there, somebody getting yoked on.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that? Lisa Leslie dunked in the game, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, but nobody's
like
under the basket. She might have been the only person that side of half court when she dunked.
Yeah.
But Dominique gonna dunk on somebody.
Yeah, no, she's a dunker. Like, it's different. Like, you see some people who can dunk. It's just like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
trying to get the ball over the rim,
Yeah.
Oh, that's technically a dunk. Then you got people who are dunkers. Like Brittany Griner is pretty solid when she, when she's been able to get up. But I think now that's that new energy that you'll see in the league. And I think the Chicago Sky did some good things too, man, with adding a couple of pieces to go with the nucleus that they already had. So you see that.
Including a former teammate.
Yeah.
You know, because we talk about the nuance of that, you know, with Shador and where he goes, will that same team pick up somebody, you know, that he's played with, and Chicago picked up, you know, somebody that Reese has been with.
Yeah, for sure. So I think, and at that, I think she go with what's called it too. She go with an NBA player. I think. What's dude's name? Just now, man. I think he used to play Jalen Suggs. I think.
Okay.
If I'm mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah,
with the Magic.
Yeah.
Or he with Toronto still? No, he went the Magic. I think.
Yeah, they so they made their I guess their what they call it, their what you call it when you announcement. I forget, it's a term they give it. Hard launch, maybe something like that.
Yeah, man, don't make me laugh.
Yeah. No, I just showed my altitude right then.
Altitude, I love it. Hey, Chico, before we wrap up, got a real quick for the culture.
Yeah, well, we can't leave without that question too, which is NIL or WNBA. Like you see, Flau'jae Johnson, she's staying in college basketball.
Oh, look, let me tell you this. As it relates to the WNBA, if you want them people NIL in it, you damn right you need to stay in college, because you're making more through NIL than you will with your WNBA money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you better milk it.
And really, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be next though. Unrivaled, if they continue to be able to fund these WNBA players, and they only playing, I believe, like the top 30 or the top 50, something like that. I forgot what the exact number is. But like Paige came out with a deal. She got a 3-year deal with Unrivaled that's gonna pay her more. I think there was a stat that came out, and I don't want to misspeak on it, so maybe I'll bring this stat when we talk again on Friday. But there's a clear disparity in how much she'll be making at Unrivaled versus her rookie scale salary with the WNBA. So Unrivaled is something that to continue to monitor as far as possibly one day taking over as the Premier League in America.
Quick little fun facts. Reported compensation average salary for Unrivaled, $100,000. WNBA, let's see, $76,000 to $100,000 as far as the veteran minimum. Top player max, $242,000. So it's damn. I thought it would be way more than that.
Man, that money comes from TV revenue and advertising. If you don't put a product on the floor that can match eyeballs, the advertisers are not going to pay for it, and you're not going to have a revenue stream. I know a lot of people out there, want to get on this kick about that they need to be paid like the men are paid, and I get that sentiment. I understand it. Got $2 myself, but that's not how the leagues are financed. The leagues are financed, through TV revenue. And you have to be able to get this product on TV. That way you can charge advertising and split that bankroll. That's what's holding the WNBA back, is people actually watching it.
Which brings us to, if you have eyeballs, then you should be able to get advertisers. And that'll be a smart move for businesses to advertise with companies, shows, leagues that have eyeballs. And that's exactly what we have right here. So we would like for you guys to partner with us on the Morning Run on the Pregame Network. Holler at us, inbox us, so we can partner with you guys and put your brand out there amongst the eyeballs all over the globe that's watching us right now. As a matter of fact, if you're in the chat, put your city, state, or country in the chat right now to let the advertisers know that we're representing all over the globe.
Chico, that might be one of the best segues you've ever done. I really enjoyed that. I got one for you, brothers, as we get on up out of here, though. Former Heisman Trophy winner and first-round NBA draft pick Charlie Ward is set to become the men's basketball coach at FAMU.
Yes, sir.
Ward is finalizing a deal to become the Rattlers coach, sources said. The school's board has a meeting scheduled for 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, that's today, where there's an agenda item to approve the contract of the new men's basketball coach. Ward, age 54, was the 1993 Heisman Trophy winner at Florida State, right across the street from FAMU, and played in the NBA from 94 to 2005. He played primarily for the New York Knicks, finished his career with San Antonio and Houston Rockets. Shout out to Charlie Ward, the next head men's basketball coach, going back to Tallahassee, where he wanted at Florida State.
Yep.
Now he's taking it to FAMU, basketball coach. Shout out to him.
Great move. Great move. I think shout out to Norfolk State too. They brought back a former NBA player, alumni, Kyle O'Quinn. I think he played with the Knicks back in the day. He's there on the staff. I think he's dealing with player personnel and things of that nature. So I like that the different schools, HBCUs, are bringing back notable alumni or people that are associated with the programs to bring more awareness to those programs.
And I got to mention this last paragraph because it mentions my alma mater. He becomes the highest profile coach at the HBCU men's program in the country as he joined Mo Williams, who is the coach at Jackson State, as a former NBA player coaching the Division I at a HBCU. We're talking about basketball Division I at a HBCU. So that's Mo Williams, who won a championship in the NBA, and also Charlie Ward, both now at FAMU and at Jackson State. Shout out to them guys. Prime effect.
Prime effect. You ain't lying. Charlie Ward. Hey man, is it overdue for Charlie Ward? Should he have been, had a position like this?
Hold on, Chico.
God,
you got to send me that one, Goonsville. You hold up now. Hold up now. Woo-hoo-hoo. That thing clean right there. I got to have that one. I got to have that thing clean right there.
You ain't a goon from Goonsville unless you got the real deal. That's a hat on your head or a scarf on your bed and about to drop a Goonsville jingle or something, dog. Y'all know what it is.
In the head and a scarf in the bed.
Y'all know what it is, man. It's the morning run. BiggDogg Chico.
You going to bed with a Goonsville scarf on and nothing else?
It's like this, Duke. You gotta do like this, Duke. How you doing, Duke? Duke. Duke's our resident rapper up in here, man. So you got some bars for us, Duke.
That's what I saw. I saw a Kappa Goonsville hat, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, Goonsville.
I saw a San Francisco 49ers Goonsville. Ha 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 ha.
It's like a jungle's on 9, man. Made me wonder how I keep from going under.
Shout out to that Georgetown Hoyas hat you got on too, though, Duke. Everybody wanted
He been getting a lot of shout outs about that hat in the chat.
Everybody wanted a Georgetown starter jacket or apparel back in the day.
But Brittany Grinder don't count. Hey man, that's what's wrong with y'all.
Hey, did you see Brittany at the club in Atlanta yet? You seen the Blue Flame yet?
I ain't been.
But she been. You better believe she been. She gonna fish with a fish at, man. You ain't seen no man in no desert with no cane pole. You ain't no fish in the desert. She gonna fish with a fish there, baby.
Y'all know, hey, at some point we're gonna get off the rockers, off the rails, but we're gonna bring it back in. Y'all know what it is. It's the morning run. Uncle Neely, Phillip Dukes, and BiggDogg Chico Cleasy. Connecting all over the globe, man, from Atlanta. Cleasy, not no glizzy, dog. Come on now.
I ain't know jazz.
Come on now, dog.
I ain't know if you meant like Shaq Glizzy. I was just asking.
Take us out, please.
You know they got Glizzy gang? I ain't know if you was
turn around, ladies, for me, please. Take us out, please. Take us out.
Who, me?
Anybody.
Yeah, dude, check it out.
Chico, do it, Chico.
Do it?
Hey, it's been the morning run with your man, Uncle Neely, Deuce the Scoop, and some dude named BDC, BiggDogg Chico.
What's wrong with y'all, dog?
We told you to do it. You ain't want to do it.
Wrong with
You're
y'all?
eating on a glizzy.
Hey, yo.
Gang, Chico.
Hey. Inbox us if you would like to partner, advertisers. You know what I mean? Y'all want to any business.
BiggDogg Chico Glizzy.
Hey, don't give a damn. Said Chico part of the Glizzy gang. GG. Glizzy gang.
Well, eating them churros.
Where Unc is the president.
Like I started
Unc is the president and Dukes is the founder.
Like I started off with, baby. This is Holy Wednesday. This is the Wednesday before Easter where Judas took that silver and turned in Jesus. So y'all watch your backs out there today.
Something like that. Something like that.
Man, before we get out of here, can you imagine how dumb this man felt after he took that? Man, just can you imagine how dumb Judas had to feel for 30 pieces of silver? And this man, the whole God of the whole world, bro. Like, bro, if we ain't learned nothing from Judas, man, keep it real with your folks.
Yeah, keep it real with your people, man.
Keep it real with your folks, man.
What did Young Dolph say as far as that goes?
Man, just keep it real with your dog no matter what.
Preach.
There we go. There we go. That's a great ending. Take us out, Chico.
I'm gonna take you out with this right here. Y'all was talking about not that, but
look at you. He ready.
Shout out to my folk, man. That right there, if y'all want to take it to some religious stuff, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna say, everybody say your prayers, you know what I mean? Give thanks, and be sincere about it. My mom used to tell me, get on your knees, go into a dark place, say your prayers, tell God who you are, say your name out loud so he can hear you, and don't be afraid. All right.
Let me tell you, my grandmama told me, don't go in their prayer closet talking to that man with all them thou outs. Talk to him like you talk to me. Tell him what you want.
Okay.
You don't come here saying, Big Mama, thou art my love without talk to him like you talk to me.
Talk to him. He ain't lying. So y'all know what to do, man. Look at Chico. Something like that, said Chico, the Bible College Show.
Andre Walker, man. That joke, hey, Andre Walker be shooting shots, man.
Well, y'all ain't missing none, is it?
Something like that. He dropped out, so you don't know the rest.
No, it was something like that. It was something like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
A little bit.
I know where he was going. He said my mom used to come in now and tell me, Chico.
Come on now. See, that's what y'all mind.
I was like,
that's what y'all mind go, man.
He gonna go back and look at my face. I was like,
y'all terrible, man.
And he said, what the prince supposed to?
Come in this dark room.
Mommy, I'm sorry. If you're watching, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for these two guys. I can't.
Man, we've been trying to close the show for 9 minutes. It was 1 hour, 2 minutes. It's now 1:11.
Well, I can say this. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Go have a great day. Aloha Wednesday. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. Hey, we got a great show for you guys Friday. Hold up. We got a great show Friday. Unc, let them know. We got a great show Friday.
Yeah, put the tease up. Put the tease up.
I can't put the tease up because we have to modify it because of the logo and stuff, right? So,
man, I was going to cheat it, but you're right.
Yeah, see there. I'm looking out. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff, man. We're going to be up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East.
Man, from the Pineapples to the Big Guy, BiggDogg Chico. Can't read. Bye.
We're not going to leave on that. I'll stay up in this middle. I bet you leave before I leave. I bet you leave before I leave.
Well, you're right, because I'm hungry as hell. Otherwise, I call your bluff. We both sit here and look at each other.
Duke's like, man, can I leave? In a minute, Dukes. In a minute.
That's
how you do it, baby. We had a bet, chat. Somebody gonna leave first, and it won't be BiggDogg Chico. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe, comment, and everything else. We up and about this thing. Peace upon the Middle East. Okay, we can go now. Here y'all. So what we doing?